A great way to see the inside of the Algarve and get away from the mainstream tourist parts is to hire a quad bike and go on a quad biking tour. It's also a great adrenaline rush. If you like to explore the countryside and are feeling a bit adventurous, then quad biking is for you. Dense forests, rugged hills and shallow rivers are no problem for these machines. They can go almost anywhere. There are companies right the way along the Algarve offering tours. They will take you around towns, to national parks and through some of the most breathtaking scenery Portugal has to offer. Tours last for 2, 4 or 6 hours and usually include a visit to a town, then on through the countryside to rivers and dams with about 80% off-road.
We've got 3 different types of tours. We've got 2 hours, we've got 4 hours and we've got a full day, which is 6 hours basically. We take the people to Silves. Silves is quite a historical town here in the Algarve. So we usually pass by the castle there and there's a huge area for quad biking. It's just part of it. So we do spend I'll try most of the time to be off-road because those machines really made for the off-road and the Algarve is just a huge area with off-road. But it's still on and off-road. But basically, especially if you take the medium or the full day, you pretty much 80% off-road.
With prices between 70 and 200 euros, quad biking can be a bit expensive. But you have to remember that these bikes aren't cheap to run and the insurance is extortionate. The price includes everything you need, a bike and helmet, a guide, petrol and insurance. It also includes lunch if you go on the full day trip. The experience is well worth the money, and even if you only try it once while you're here, you'll definitely be glad you did. You need to have a car driving licence if you want to drive a quad bike, so people generally need to be over 18. Children as young as 7 can come along as passengers. They just need to be big enough to sit securely on the bikes.
People do need a car driving license. So this is good with the quad bikes. You only need a just normal car driving license. This is all you need basically. Yes. The age limit is just the car driving license. So you need, I think, to be 18 in all the countries over here in Europe just to drive a quad bike. But we take passenger from 8 years old, more or less. You can take the kids behind. It depends also on the size. I mean, if too small, then maybe it's not recommended.
Don't worry if you've never ridden a quad bike before. Most people who take these tours haven't either. The bikes are fairly easy to handle and your guide will teach you everything you need to know before you go out on your trip.
We do some trainings just next to our shop. We've got a piece of land there so people can train, and I just explain a bit about the security, how it works with the quad bikes. And we usually take 15 minutes just to train, just feel comfortable and secure. Then we go for it.
Quad bike companies in the Algarve generally run tours every day during the high season. One of the great things about these tours is that the weather doesn't really affect them. If you would like to go out on your own rather than in a group, then renting a bike is also an option.
You can also rent the quad bikes for a minimum of a day. So otherwise you can keep it for a week, 2 weeks, but there's also an option. I mean, take it on your own, and I'm not joining.
These bikes will take you to places that you'd be unable to reach in a car, and driving them is so much fun that it really is the only way to travel.
We see a lot more deeper inside the countryside.